Hi guys, welcome back to the Funky Evolution Party. I'm Alice Green, possibly wondering what rabbit hole I fell down. And it was that of boredom, actually. I sit online, I watch people hate each other. I sit online, I watch people being robbed, being blown up, their homes destroyed. And I haven't got time for it. I can't be bothered to sit there and watch society tear itself apart when literally we have all of these green spaces that are literally derelict and dead because the way we as people view the world around us is completely backward. Again, where have I been the last 3 months? I managed to completely demolish growing beds that I built 14 years ago. A massive achievement for me, working with people with zero skills and trying to navigate personalities and egos versus logic. Amazingly managed to turn it around in 6 weeks, have people grow vegetables and literally change their lives. I had an event on Saturday and just listening to stories about how those that were isolated never had a chance to grow anything in their lives, and now these thriving plots, like within 3 months, given a project, demolished everything, built everything, growers are in, 6 weeks later, things are like, and that's how simple it is. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard work. Like torrential rain, trying to like demolish allotments, move 23 tons of soil one way, move it back once you built it. It's not easy and you got to see it to believe it, but the hard work really pays off, and that's done for 15 years. Now, my next mission is to look at all the species we've been losing due to our pesticides, due to just the poison, just the lack of environment, the lack of acknowledging that our communities don't just consist of people. They are our bugs, they are our birds, they are everything within our environments. Now, you don't want to believe me? Ask my birds, all right? How is it that I know how to have 7 different species of bird come and visit me? It's because I acknowledge that this space without anything growing is not attractive to anybody, including myself. Making my own compost, yeah, sure, it stinks, but guess what? This is the output. So the best things grow in shit, and the problem is our society is too busy expecting other people to do things for them rather than get up off their asses and do it themselves. Again, I haven't got time to sit there and care about people's anything or watch the government rob little old ladies and then watch them attack all sections of communities that can't fight back, including our green belt. Now, what's going to happen to those squirrels? What's going to happen to all of these things? We're putting in the pesticides. Our birds are eating these things, whether it be fruit, whether it be the slugs that are on there that are being poisoned, and everything is getting poisoned. What's left? What is the point of life? It is the amount of life force around you. Our lives are very insignificant in the greater scheme of biodiversity. As humans, if we were to disappear tomorrow, the world would continue as normal. If our bees go, there goes half of our tree populations and our fruit and our food and everything. So we need to get a little bit smarter, working smarter, not harder, because I feel like we just are spinning this wheel that is going absolutely nowhere. What's morally right to you might not be morally right to me. So let's drop the morals. Let's look at actually, is there a difference between murder and murder? By taking away, by fighting each other, is that going to solve this complex society around us? No, it comes from us. And just to give you a heads up, I know you're like the undercover hippie report with the astrology. Yes, Mars is in Cancer. People are going to be extremely emotional. And we need to navigate through that and into something more sustainable, because those emotions are being driven by what we can't control around us. We look around us, we watch our governments, people who are ex-human rights lawyers, literally sending all this money to blow up other countries, heritage sites on the doorstep being demolished for events that people can't afford. Where is the money going to come from? Have you guys even thought a little bit beyond the box, looked at our environments and how we can enrich ourselves and change lives just by being smart. Again, looking at something. So I've got the next stage. I've done stage 1, which was completely demolish, rebuild. I'm not gonna lie, it was like blood, sweat and tears. Done. Next stage now is to look at rewilding ecology, and it doesn't have to be ugly rewilding. It can be pretty practical. So putting in ponds, looking at, okay, if you have a massive slug and snail problem, maybe looking at introducing some carnivorous, species, frogs, lizards, things that are going to eat your pests. And this is the way we need to be looking, is like, where does the food chain start and where does it end? It doesn't start with you and end with you. There is a whole thing, there's a loop, and unless you don't stay in that loop, you're very much going to get left behind. And I say that in the nicest possible way, because our societies and our food supply chain is moving so quickly into extinction, and you're soon only going to be able to eat poisoned food, and it's up to each and every single one of us, and it is united we stand, divided we fall. Collectively, food, fashion, humor, music, those 4 things is what is going to unite us globally. Now, this event on Saturday, every section of the community, from little kids to big kids to our huge Bengali community to everybody was there, and it's so beautiful to see them interacting. The guy who's been there 20 years and never spoken to his neighbors, and now all of a sudden they're watering each other's beds. We need to stop taking away our green spaces, start looking at how we reduce antisocial behavior, how we reduce isolation, how we bring back the sense of community by not charging commercial rates for our community centres and our third sector land, but looking at how we can open them up to people so there's somewhere safe and common ground for us to come to. Now, I'm not going to go on for ages because, again, I'm not really a video internet, let's get there and get my name out there. I don't care. I want to see change, but that change comes from individuals. And the reason you don't see me is because I'm doing stuff. I'm building, I'm creating. And instead of destroying, which is, okay, I get that it's easier to destroy things. And if you're pissed off, let's piss everyone else off. That's not how it works. Right? That's the problem, is that this I factor, this selfish factor in society. Do you know how important that piece of project is to somebody else? Then give it over and stop being these micromanaging control freaks who think that they can do everything themselves, and then actually you end up collapsing. You can't do everything yourself. The power is in numbers, and until we get up off our asses, nothing in this world is going to change. And just so you know, again on the astrology factor, things are going to push you, and you're either going to like it or you're not. So I suggest you let the things that you like push you instead of the things that you don't. And, if you don't like it, suck it up, right? I don't like moving 23 tons of soil, but guess what? I fucking did it. And the end result has been incredible, and that's that done for the next 15 years. When I dig out a pond, well, I might not dig it out. I have a fox problem, so I might just bury some treats and see if the fox will dig it up for me. Again, working smarter, not harder. Look at our environments. What is in them? It's not just you. It's not just these perishable material objects, right? I enrich myself every day. I wake up and I've got rows out front of my window, and it's like, wow, all the birds except for the pigeons, who I'm at war with. And that is generally how it goes. You put something nice there, and then the pigeons just come, gobble everything up, shit everywhere, and go away. Well, just forces me to become smarter, right? And I've got a plan for them. Watch this space, but please think about your environments, where you live, how you can introduce community, the sense of community that's not just in individuals, but collectively, and that is our trees, our birds, our bugs, everything in that environment. So please like, share, and get the message out there.